Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara and welcome to day 3 of Vlogmas. I wanted to make a video today a little bit about being a misfit, a bit about imposter syndrome and honouring your weird. So I've got this coconut oil in my hair right now. I'm going to apply a green clay face mask while I talk about these topics. So if you feel like a misfit or that you don't fit in, I hope that you find this inspiring. Okay, so I've always felt like a misfit, even now, but I guess it was something that I struggled to accept earlier in my life. Just like many people, when I was at school, I wanted to fit in, and I wanted to fit in, but not just that. I kind of envied the popular people, and I felt invisible a lot of the time. And yeah, I think sometimes, and also because I was quite good academically, that wasn't cool. So yeah, I wasn't just part of the popular kids at all. And then the teenage years became very tricky because people start to look at what you look like. People start to take notice in your physique, and I felt so awful as a teenager. I think a lot of people do. And I felt really invisible, actually. And I just kind of knuckled down and got really into studying to try and, I couldn't really do much. I couldn't go out. I wasn't allowed out a lot. So yeah, for me, studying was my kind of escape from the pain of the teenage years at school. But then when I got to about 16, 17, suddenly, boom, I blossomed and I started to get a lot of male attention. And I found it was very weird because I felt like just a couple of years earlier, no one even looked at me. I'm talking about people who are of my age, but it just felt like I was still the same weirdo inside. And I thought that this newfound attention would be very fleeting, and that by the age of, let's say, the old age of 23, it would all be gone. So for me, I tried to kind of almost, I kind of gravitated towards other people who were also a little bit strange. Anyway, let's get this green mask on. I'm really into natural cosmetics, and I've just got this, I've just put coconut oil, castor oil, jojoba oil, and rosemary essential oil on my scalp. It's really good for your hair growth. And now I'm doing green clay face mask while I talk about being a weirdo, which seems quite appropriate. So what else was I going to talk about then? So yeah, so when I was a teenager, I felt like really invisible. And in my memoir that I wrote in Spanish a few years ago called The Mask of Venus, I wrote something like, on a bad day I felt ugly, on a good day I felt invisible. Yeah, so it was really horrible to feel not good in your body and on all of that. But then suddenly it was like, wow, suddenly I'm getting all this attention. But then I just assumed that as we get older, that would all go away. And for many years, I did try to fit into different groups that I was in. And even in my friend groups, I always felt like I had kind of individual friends, like satellites, but then I didn't really have groups of friends. I've had groups of friends a few times in my life, and I was always an add-on to other people's groups of friends. I didn't feel like I had the same connection with everyone in the group, and that was something that made me feel a little bit socially awkward. I'm still quite socially awkward, actually. But when I was in Paris, that's the first time in my life that I actually had a proper group of friends, that I had the same connection with everyone. And that's something that really kind of opened my mind to different things such as salsa and speaking Spanish, as I shared here yesterday. But what else did I want to talk about being a weirdo? I've always felt as well with friend groups that let's say if there's a WhatsApp group that I'm in, I don't feel like participating a lot of the time. I mean groups on WhatsApp are really annoying in general. I always mute them, but I always feel like I don't participate because I think I'm kind of the spare wheel. If I don't say anything, no one's going to notice, and that's a really bad way to kind of live, I think. But this year I've been working a lot on my own self-concept. I mean, there's a lot of self-love in my life anyway. I do take care of myself. I even have a self-love bank account. I have money that I spend just for cool things every month, such as massages, pedicures. I had a pedicure today, seen the personal trainer today. But I think self-concept is about how you see yourself. And I've always seen myself as a real weirdo. Ooh. Yeah. So another thing I wanted to share as well is when I was being a weirdo as well, it's something that has really affected me in my personal life. And I remember years ago I was attracting the wrong people, and I remember I attracted some people who were in the media world. And that was kind of cool because I didn't have to explain what I did. Because I mean, imagine when you're meeting people and you're saying, I'm a sex toy reviewer, I've got 800 toys at home. It's not easy. I mean, some people can be very intimidated by that. But I remember one of my friends told me, you shouldn't tell people what you do when you're dating them. And I was thinking, what? Why would I kind of pretend to be someone else? I mean, it doesn't really make sense. And it came to mind a couple that I know, that are very well known actually, and they are, without mentioning who they are, let's just say they are very, 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 very unconventional. And had they pretended to be normal, they would never have found each other. And that for me was really inspirational, because I thought if you honor your weird and who you really are, then you will gravitate towards people who are like you as well. So now I'm in a space where I'm definitely honoring the things that make me more unique. I've come to a place of acceptance. And I've also mentioned many times that I created a group here in Barcelona called Barcelona Conscious Connections. And there are many... oops, my phone is so full, I need to get a new one. Yes, I was talking about my group Conscious Connections, which is a place where I am honouring my weird. I've created a group, my ideal group, which is a group that is about vegan dining, sobriety, spirituality, personal development. Because years ago, as a vegan as well, I felt like a weirdo in many groups, like I was the only one not having ham on and things like that, and not wanting to drink, whereas I've now created my own group that appreciates those things, and I'm not the only person anymore. So I do believe that once you find your tribe, you can really blossom as a weirdo. Weirdo is probably not a good word, but I think it's important to stop trying to fit into places where you don't belong. I think that's really, really important, because you can probably thrive more in places that do appreciate who you really are. I think that's something that I've learned, definitely. And also, as becoming a blogger 14 years ago, before that I was trying to fit into the mold of work, like the standard things that everyone wanted, such as working for big companies and just I wanted to be a well cared for employee. That was my goal. And I didn't want to think about anything. I just wanted to go to do a job and then be good at it and be appreciated. But that did not happen. And I'm really glad it didn't happen. It didn't really work out for me. I kept going from one job to the next. But as soon as I kind of decided to become a blogger, which was not an easy decision to make, to start writing about sex, I was thinking, what are people going to think of me? Oh my God, how am I going to live? But as soon as I made that decision, it was like the universe conspired to make it happen for me and to make it work, which is a sign that honouring your weird is definitely worth it. Yeah, so this year I have been very much working on self-concept, and as a result I have attracted an incredible friend group with whom I have the same connection with all of them, more or less, and my quirks are appreciated by those people in my life, and I feel like I can just be myself now. I don't have to kind of hide or pretend to be something else, which is incredibly liberating. Yeah, so I would encourage you to try and accept your own quirks, weirdness, and embrace it, and hopefully, as I think, but when you do honour who you really are, you will inspire others to do the same, and that's why I made this video today. And anyway, I hope you're inspired by natural cosmetics as well, because it's very important to take care of yourself. Anyway, that's today's video. I'm going to get back to my more conventional topics this week. I'm going to be talking about some sex toy reviews, and I'm also going to be talking about compatibility and chemistry. I'm so excited about that. And someone asked me about about spooning as well, so I haven't forgotten that. And if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to write to me at venus@venussahara.org, and I'll be back tomorrow with tomorrow's Vlogmas. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting me, and see you soon. Mwah.